That night, tens of thousands of ARMY packed into MetLife Stadium, lightsticks already glowing. They came to hear Arang, to scream through every chorus of Dynamite and Butter, to watch all 7 BTS members reunite on stage after years apart because of mandatory military service. But no one expected that one small detail would end up stealing the entire spotlight of the online world that night: Jimin's hair. The moment the spotlight swung toward the side of the stage where Jimin was standing, the roar of the crowd shifted into a different kind of scream. Not just because he was performing, but because of his hair color. Silver, shimmering under the massive stage lighting, sending the entire timeline on X, TikTok, and Instagram into a frenzy within minutes. If you're curious about what actually happened that night, why Jimin's silver hair became such a huge topic, and how ARMY around the world reacted, stick around until the end of this video, because we're going to cover it all. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, this is where we always cover the hottest news in the K-pop world, from comebacks and concerts to viral moments that send fandoms into a frenzy. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest updates about your favorite idols. Okay, without further ado, let's dive straight into the buzz Jimin created at MetLife Stadium. Before we get into the silver hair moment that caused all this commotion, it's important to understand the bigger picture first. This concert at MetLife Stadium wasn't just any concert. It's part of the Arang World Tour, the largest world tour BTS has ever done in their entire career. This tour is in support of their latest studio album, Arang, released in March 2026. What makes this moment so emotional for ARMY is that this marks the first time all 7 members, RM, Jin, Suga, Jhope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook, have returned to the stage together as a complete group since 2022, after each of them finished their mandatory military service in South Korea. Just imagine, ARMY waited almost 4 years for this moment. For years following each member's solo journey, for years anticipating news of their discharge from military duty, and finally it all paid off when this world tour was announced in early 2026. The tour itself is massive in scale, covering dozens of shows across dozens of cities on multiple continents, from Asia to Europe to North America. The stage concept is also special, using a rotating 360-degree stage design, allowing audience members from every direction of the stadium to enjoy all 7 members' performances with equally great sightlines. And one of the most highly anticipated stops on this North American leg is the 2-night performance at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, one of the largest stadiums in the New York area, capable of holding more than 80,000 spectators per night. Tickets for both nights sold out within minutes of going on sale to the public. So you can imagine how high the pressure and expectations were for that night's performance. But who would have guessed that, amid the hysteria of welcoming their full comeback, one visual detail from Jimin would end up creating a wave of buzz all its own? Okay, now let's get into the heart of the story. So, a few weeks before the North American leg of the tour began, ARMY had actually already started noticing changes in Jimin's appearance. While the tour was still going on in Europe, some fans who managed to see him in person at airports and concert venues posted photos and videos showing that Jimin's hair had already started shifting toward a silvery color. However, that moment was still fairly vague. Many assumed it was just a lighting effect or a camera filter. It wasn't until Jimin took the stage at MetLife Stadium, under far brighter stage lighting and directly captured on the massive screens on both sides of the stage, that the silver color became clear and unmistakable. No room for doubt anymore. The moment the camera zoomed in on Jimin's face up close and displayed it on the stadium's giant screen became the turning point. Within seconds, the roar of the crowd inside the stadium shifted into something even louder. Many audience videos captured their own spontaneous reactions. Some looked shocked, covering their mouths. Others immediately screamed Jimin's name even louder than usual, and some were even seen tearing up. Interestingly, Jimin's silver hair look that night was paired with a particular styling that made his overall appearance even more dramatic under the stage lights. The combination of the shimmering silver color with his stage outfit and energetic choreography created a visual impact that many fans described as feeling like the main character throughout that night's performance. Several clips from audience members also captured the moment Jimin sang a high note, while his silver hair swayed along with his energetic stage movements. A moment that quickly became one of the most widely shared clips of the night. Now, here's the most exciting part. How did ARMY react on social media once this moment went viral? Within minutes of the concert starting, hashtags related to Jimin's hair shot straight up into the trending topics on X, particularly in the United States. The number of posts discussing this topic kept climbing rapidly as the concert went on, and even hours after the show ended, the discussion was still going strong. Many fans expressed their shock in all kinds of ways. Some wrote joking comments about feeling completely unprepared mentally for Jimin's new look that night. Others compared this moment to Jimin's previous silver hair eras from years past, reminiscing about how that color had always managed to steal the spotlight every time he wore it. Quite a few international fans who hadn't been able to watch the show live also got swept up in the excitement after seeing clips circulating on social media. Many of them immediately reshared the videos along with a wave of emotional reactions, from praising his stage performance to long discussions about how certain hairstyles always seemed to suit Jimin more than other members. Several major fanbase accounts even quickly put together special compilations featuring the best clips from Jimin's performance that night, complete with close-up shots of his silver hair from multiple angles captured by the audience. Compilation videos like this typically rack up millions of views in a short amount of time, and that night was no exception. What's more interesting is that this buzz wasn't limited to the ARMY circle alone. Several entertainment gossip accounts and international K-pop media outlets also picked up on the topic, ranking it as one of the most talked about moments from the entire MetLife Stadium concert run, right alongside other highlights like the quality of the stage production, the setlist performed, and the emotional interactions between the members on stage. For those of you who might be newer to following Jimin's journey, changing hair color is actually nothing new for him. Throughout his career with BTS, Jimin has been known as one of the members most willing to experiment with hair color, and he's almost always managed to pull off every single one of them. Let's take a quick flashback. Back in the group's earlier era, during a comeback with a darker, more intense concept, Jimin's hair once appeared in a gradient blend of brown with a hint of silver. Many fans at the time struggled to pin down the exact color under the stage lighting, but the end result was still praised as one of the most iconic looks of that era. A few years later, it was pink that stole the spotlight. That color was first worn by Jimin during an era when the group leaned into a softer, more colorful concept. The combination of pink hair with his playful stage expressions made a lot of fans fall completely in love with that look. Then there was also the era when Jimin sported a striking turquoise blue. That color was such a departure from anything before it, making the stage lighting look even more dramatic every time he moved. That moment even earned him a special nickname from fans, thanks to the cool, elegant impression created by the combination of hair color and stage presence at the time. Not to mention the various moments when his hair color would shift from song to song within a single show, leading fans to turn it into a kind of game, guessing his true hair color underneath all the different stage lighting effects. Moments like these actually added their own charm to every one of Jimin's performances, because fans knew that no matter the color, he always managed to make it work. Now, out of all the colors he's tried, silver has actually consistently been mentioned as one of many fans' all-time favorites. Many have argued that silver does an especially great job of highlighting his facial features, particularly under bright stage lighting. So it's no surprise that when that color made its comeback at such a significant moment, the full reunion of BTS at MetLife Stadium, the reaction was far bigger than usual because it felt like the return of one of the most beloved looks, arriving at exactly the moment ARMY had been waiting for. Beyond just hair color, Jimin's appearance also went through a very different phase, when he had to shave his head completely before leaving for mandatory military service a few years ago. That moment itself became one of the most emotional for ARMY, marking the beginning of the long wait before all the members would finally reunite on stage the way they are now. So if we try to connect the dots, the buzz over the silver hair that night wasn't just about hair color itself. It was also about nostalgia, about the long journey they'd all been through, and about how one small detail could carry so much emotional weight for fans who had waited years to see them whole again on stage. Aside from the hair, Jimin's overall stage performance that night was every bit as impressive, with the 360-degree stage design allowing every side of the stadium an optimal viewing angle. Every choreography move felt maximized for audiences from all directions. Some of the most talked about moments that night, aside from the hair, were the stability of Jimin's vocals during the high-note sections, as well as the energy of his dancing, which stayed consistent even as the concert stretched to nearly 3 hours with dozens of songs performed back-to-back. Many fans praised how he managed to maintain his performance quality despite such a packed touring schedule, considering this tour spans dozens of shows across multiple countries in a fairly tight time frame. The moments of interaction between the members on stage that night also became a highlight of their own. After years apart due to solo activities and military service, the chemistry among all 7 members, which appeared so solid and warm once again on stage, became one of the most touching things for ARMY watching, whether in person at the venue or through countless video clips on social media. The combination of grand stage production, performance energy that stayed at its peak, and the visual surprise of Jimin's silver hair made that night one of the most memorable moments from the entire North American leg of their tour. If we try to analyze why something as small as a hair color change could become this huge, there are actually several interconnected factors at play. First, of course, is the momentum of the event itself. This was BTS's first full reunion on a major North American stage after years apart, so public attention and expectations for every detail of their performance were already sky-high from the start. Second, the nostalgia factor. As we've discussed, silver isn't a new color for Jimin. It's a color that fans have loved dearly since previous eras. Its return at such a significant moment felt like a kind of reunion in itself between fans and one of their favorite past looks. Third, the power of social media and K-pop fandom culture, which is known for being incredibly responsive and quick to spread even the smallest details about their idols. Within minutes, one moment can go from a short clip to a global talking point involving millions of people from different countries. And lastly, of course, the stage production itself played a role. The lighting, camera angles, and the 360-degree stage design used on this tour made every visual detail, including hair color, far more prominent and easier for cameras to capture compared to concerts on a smaller scale. The combination of all these factors ultimately created such a massive moment out of something that, on the surface, seemed simple, a mere change in hair color. And that's the full breakdown of the buzz surrounding Jimin's silver hair debut at MetLife Stadium, a moment that had ARMY around the world losing their minds that night. From a simple hair color change, this moment grew into one of the most talked about topics throughout BTS's entire North American tour run, complete with all the nostalgia and hysteria that came with it. So what do you think? Is this silver hair one of Jimin's all-time favorite looks? Or do you have a different Jimin hair era that you think is even more iconic? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading through every single one. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, share it with fellow ARMY who might not know about this moment yet, and subscribe to this channel so you never miss out on more hot K-pop news. See you in the next video.